Right here, right now, this very moment holds more power than you can imagine. The past is gone. The future is yet to come, but the present is alive, bursting with infinite possibilities. It's now or never. The present moment is the only place where life truly exists. The past is merely a memory, a collection of experiences stored in our minds. The future, on the other hand, is nothing more than a projection of our hopes, fears, and expectations. Yet most people spend their lives either reliving the past or worrying about the future, missing out on the richness of the now. When we become fully present, we step into a space of pure potential, free from the limitations of time. In this moment, we are no longer defined by who we were or who we think we should be. We are simply alive, conscious, and capable of creating. Our minds are conditioned to wander. Studies show that people spend nearly half of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they are doing. This constant mental chatter pulls us away from the present moment, robbing us of the ability to fully engage with life. When we are not present, we react to situations based on old patterns rather than responding with fresh perspectives. But when we learn to anchor our awareness in the now, we break free from these habitual reactions. We become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings, allowing us to choose our responses consciously. The present moment is also where true joy and fulfillment reside. Think about the most meaningful experiences of your life, those moments when time seemed to stand still. Whether it was watching a sunset, sharing a heartfelt conversation, or achieving a long-sought goal, those moments were profound because you were fully present. Joy is not found in chasing future achievements or dwelling on past regrets. It is experienced when we immerse ourselves in the now. By being present, we cultivate gratitude for what we have, rather than longing for what we don't. On a deeper level, the present moment is the gateway to transformation. When we are truly present, we disconnect from the past, freeing ourselves from the influence of old memories and traumas. We also stop projecting our fears and anxieties onto the future. In this state of presence, we access a field of infinite possibilities, a space where we can create a new reality. By choosing new thoughts and emotions in the present, we rewire our brains and reshape our lives. The present moment is not just a point in time, it is a portal to a new version of ourselves. Being present also enhances our relationships and connections. When we give someone our full attention, we communicate that they matter, fostering deeper bonds and understanding. Conversely, when we are distracted, caught up in our own thoughts, or glued to our devices, we create distance and disconnection. Presence allows us to listen with empathy, speak with authenticity, and engage with others more meaningfully. It enriches our experiences, turning ordinary interactions into moments of genuine connection. Breaking old habits begins with understanding how they are formed. Habits are the brain's way of conserving energy by automating repetitive behaviors. When we repeat an action enough times, it becomes hardwired into our neural pathways, making it easier to perform without conscious thought. This is why habits feel so comfortable. They require little effort and provide a sense of familiarity. However, the downside is that many of these habits are rooted in past experiences and limiting beliefs, keeping us stuck in repetitive cycles. To break free, we must first become aware of these patterns and the triggers that activate them. Awareness is the first step to change. Most people operate on autopilot, repeating the same thoughts, emotions, and actions day after day. By becoming conscious of our habitual behaviors, we bring them into the light of awareness, where they can no longer control us unconsciously. This involves observing our reactions, identifying the emotions driving them, and recognizing the thoughts that reinforce them. For example, a habit of procrastination might be linked to underlying fears of failure or perfectionism. When we observe these patterns without judgment, we gain the power to choose a different response. Once we are aware of our habits, the next step is to interrupt the pattern. This requires us to step out of our comfort zones and disrupt the automatic loop. One effective way to do this is by introducing new positive behaviors that replace the old ones. For instance, if stress triggers emotional eating, practicing mindfulness or deep breathing can become a healthier alternative. Repetition is key. Just as old habits were formed through consistent practice, new ones require repetition to become hardwired in the brain. This process rewires neural pathways, allowing us to respond differently to familiar triggers. Breaking old habits also involves changing the underlying beliefs that sustain them. Our actions are a reflection of our subconscious mind, which is programmed by past experiences and emotional memories. If we believe we are unworthy or incapable, we will unconsciously engage in self-sabotaging behaviors that reinforce those beliefs. By consciously choosing new thoughts and emotions, we can reprogram our subconscious mind and create new patterns of behavior. Visualization and affirmations are powerful tools for this, as they help us rehearse new possibilities and embody the change we want to see. The journey of breaking old habits requires patience and perseverance. It's not just about stopping a behavior, but transforming the mindset behind it. This process often involves discomfort as the brain resists change and clings to the familiar. However, every time we consciously choose a new action, we weaken the old neural connections and strengthen the new ones. Over time, the new behavior becomes the default pattern, leading to lasting transformation. By embracing this process, we liberate ourselves from the past and step into a new version of ourselves. The mind-body connection is a powerful interplay between our thoughts, emotions, and physical health. Science has shown that the brain and body are in constant communication through a complex network of neurons, hormones, and chemical signals. Our thoughts influence our emotions, which in turn affect our physical state. For instance, stressful thoughts trigger the release of cortisol and adrenaline, preparing the body for a fight or flight response. While this reaction is useful in dangerous situations, chronic stress keeps the body in a state of high alert, leading to health issues such as high blood pressure, digestive problems, and weakened immunity. This shows that our mental state directly impacts our physical well-being. Emotions are not just abstract feelings, they have a physiological effect on the body. Positive emotions like joy, love, and gratitude release feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and oxytocin, which enhance immunity, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. On the other hand, negative emotions like anger, fear, and resentment can cause tension, pain, and illness over time. Studies have shown that suppressed emotions get stored in the body, leading to chronic pain and disease. This is why emotional healing is often necessary for physical recovery. By acknowledging and processing our emotions, we can release stored tension and restore balance to our bodies. Our thoughts also influence our genetic expression. This is known as the science of epigenetics, which reveals that genes are not fixed or deterministic. They are influenced by our environment, lifestyle, and most importantly, our thoughts and beliefs. When we consistently think positive, empowering thoughts, we activate genes that support health and longevity. Conversely, negative, self-limiting beliefs can trigger genes associated with illness and aging. This means that by changing our mindset, we have the power to influence our biology and shape our health. Our minds are not merely observers of our physical state, they are active participants in creating it. The placebo effect is one of the most compelling examples of the mind-body connection. It demonstrates how our beliefs and expectations can produce real physiological changes. When patients believe they are receiving effective treatment, their bodies respond accordingly, even if the treatment is inactive or inert. This phenomenon is not merely psychological, it involves measurable changes in the brain, such as increased dopamine production and altered neural activity. The placebo effect shows that the mind's perception of healing can activate the body's natural ability to heal itself. If belief alone can produce such powerful effects, imagine what conscious, intentional thought can achieve. Harnessing the mind-body connection requires us to become aware of our mental and emotional states. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and visualization help us cultivate a positive inner environment, which in turn influences our physical health. Meditation, for example, reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and enhances immune function. Visualization allows us to mentally rehearse positive outcomes, creating new neural pathways that the body then follows. By consciously directing our thoughts and emotions, we can not only prevent disease, but also accelerate healing and optimize our well-being. The power to heal lies within us, waiting to be activated by the mind. Reprogramming the subconscious mind is essential for creating lasting change because the subconscious governs over 95% of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It is a vast reservoir of beliefs, memories, and experiences that operate beneath our conscious awareness, influencing our decisions and actions automatically. Most of these subconscious programs were formed during childhood when our minds were highly impressionable. During this time, we absorbed beliefs from our parents, society, and early experiences without questioning them. These beliefs shape our identity, perception of the world, and the limitations we place on ourselves. If left unchanged, they continue to control our lives, keeping us stuck in repetitive patterns. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between positive or negative beliefs, it simply accepts what is repeatedly fed to it. This is why people often struggle to break free from self-sabotaging habits or limiting mindsets. Consciously wanting to change is not enough because the subconscious is programmed to maintain the status quo. To reprogram the subconscious, we must first become aware of the beliefs that are holding us back. This involves identifying the recurring thoughts and emotional patterns that shape our experiences. Whether it is a fear of failure, feelings of unworthiness, or scarcity thinking, these limiting beliefs must be brought to the surface before they can be transformed. One of the most effective ways to reprogram the subconscious is through repetition and emotional intensity. The subconscious learns through repetition, which is why habits are so difficult to break. They have been reinforced over time. By consistently repeating positive affirmations, visualizations, or new behaviors, we can replace old beliefs with empowering ones. Emotional intensity is also crucial because the subconscious is deeply influenced by emotions. When we combine positive affirmations with elevated emotions such as gratitude, joy, or excitement, we amplify their impact on the subconscious. This is why visualization is so powerful. By vividly imagining a desired outcome with strong emotions, we impress it onto the subconscious as a present reality. Another powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious is meditation. In deep meditative states, the brain moves into slower brainwave frequencies such as theta, which are associated with heightened suggestibility and creativity. This state is similar to the brainwave state of young children, making it an ideal time to introduce new beliefs and ideas. During meditation, the conscious mind becomes quiet, allowing direct access to the subconscious. By practicing guided meditations that focus on releasing limiting beliefs and installing new ones, we can effectively reprogram the subconscious mind. Regular meditation not only facilitates this process, but also enhances overall mental clarity and emotional resilience. Reprogramming the subconscious requires persistence and patience. The old programs did not form overnight, and neither will the new ones. It is a continuous process of consciously choosing new thoughts, emotions, and actions until they become automatic. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences such as supportive communities, inspirational content, and empowering environments reinforces the new beliefs. By consistently aligning our conscious intentions with our subconscious programming, we bridge the gap between who we are and who we want to become. This alignment enables us to create a new reality free from the limitations of past conditioning. Quantum possibilities arise from the understanding that reality is not as fixed and solid as it appears. According to quantum physics, everything in the universe is made up of energy and exists as a field of infinite potential. Particles, the building blocks of matter, do not exist in a definite state until they are observed. Instead, they exist as a wave of probabilities, meaning they have the potential to be in multiple places or states at once. This phenomenon, known as the superposition principle, challenges our traditional view of reality and suggests that the act of observation, our attention, and intention influences how these possibilities manifest into physical form. In other words, consciousness plays a fundamental role in creating reality. This leads to the profound realization that we are not merely passive observers of a predetermined world. We are active participants who influence our reality through our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. If everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies, then our thoughts, which are also energy, can influence the field of possibilities. This is why our inner state often reflects our external experiences. When we hold a clear intention and elevate our emotional state to match that intention, we send a powerful signal into the quantum field. The energy we emit interacts with the field of possibilities, influencing the outcomes that manifest in our lives. Quantum possibilities are not limited by time or space. In the quantum realm, time is nonlinear and all potential outcomes exist simultaneously. This means that the future is not fixed but is a realm of possibilities waiting to be realized. By shifting our focus and aligning our energy with the desired outcome, we collapse a wave of possibilities into a single reality. This process is known as the observer effect, where the act of observation determines the state of a quantum system. By visualizing our desired future with clarity and emotional intensity, we draw that possibility into our present experience, effectively altering our destiny. To access quantum possibilities, we must transcend the limitations of our conditioned mind. Most people live their lives based on past experiences, recycling the same thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This creates a predictable future that mirrors the past. However, in the quantum field, the past does not determine the future unless we allow it to. By breaking free from old patterns and becoming conscious creators of our thoughts and emotions, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Meditation and mindfulness are powerful tools for achieving this, as they quiet the analytical mind and allow us to connect with the quantum field beyond time and space. Quantum possibilities invite us to expand our vision of what is possible. When we understand that the universe is a field of infinite potential, we realize that the only limitations are the ones we place on ourselves. Our beliefs, whether empowering or limiting, shape the reality we experience. By choosing to believe in possibilities rather than limitations, we tap into the power of the quantum field. This requires us to let go of certainty and embrace the unknown, trusting that the universe responds to our energy and intentions. As we align with this understanding, we become co-creators of our reality, capable of manifesting extraordinary outcomes. Taking action is the bridge between intention and manifestation. It is not enough to merely think about or desire a different reality. We must actively engage in behaviors that align with our goals. Many people get stuck in the realm of thought, dreaming about a better future without ever taking the steps to achieve it. This happens because the brain is wired for comfort and familiarity. When faced with change, it triggers fear and resistance to maintain the status quo. However, action is the antidote to fear. By taking even small steps forward, we break through mental barriers and move closer to our desired outcomes. Action transforms potential into reality. One of the main reasons people hesitate to take action is the fear of failure. This fear is rooted in past experiences and limiting beliefs that create self-doubt. But failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the journey to success. Every failure provides valuable feedback, helping us learn, grow, and refine our approach. By embracing failure as a teacher, we become resilient and adaptable. The key is to act despite the fear, knowing that mistakes and setbacks are stepping stones to mastery. Each step we take builds confidence and momentum, making the next step easier. Taking action also requires us to move out of our comfort zones. The comfort zone is a psychological space where we feel safe but stagnant. It is familiar, but it does not allow for growth or transformation. To create a new reality, we must venture into the unknown, where all possibilities exist. This involves taking risks, facing uncertainty, and challenging old habits. It means letting go of excuses and taking responsibility for our own lives. When we act outside of our comfort zones, we expand our capabilities and discover strengths we never knew we had. The discomfort we feel is a sign that we are growing. Consistency is essential in taking action. One-time efforts rarely produce significant change. It is the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions that leads to lasting transformation. By developing discipline and persistence, we create new habits that align with our goals. This rewires our brain and reinforces the new identity we are building. Consistency also helps us overcome procrastination, which is often rooted in perfectionism and fear of failure. By taking imperfect action consistently, we make progress and gain clarity on the path ahead. Momentum builds with each step, propelling us forward toward our vision. Taking action aligns our energy with our intentions. It is a demonstration of faith and commitment to the vision we hold. When we take action, we send a signal to the universe that we are ready to receive what we desire. This act of alignment creates synchronicities and opportunities that accelerate our progress. It is not enough to wait for the perfect moment or feel fully prepared. Progress is made by acting now. By moving forward with courage and conviction, we influence the quantum field